let's go back to the year 2000. And I am news director at KVRR TV, which became known as Fox News at 9. This is before we're on the air. So I'm basically a one-person news department at that time. And at that time, I'm doing all sorts of things, like trying to put together a set for the new news operation, get in a computer system, get in the weather graphics, get a contract with the Associated Press, and, of course, hire a staff. But we weren't on the air, so I had some flexibility in a given day as opposed to when we were on the air, when my job also was putting together the newscast. I get a call late in the morning, and I think it was Ed Schultz. It might have been Jack Sunday, one of the two of them. And they say, how would you like to host our afternoon talk show today?
Okay.
Today.
Okay.
And at that point, the only radio I had ever done in my career was as a Washington correspondent for radio stations in Illinois and Texas, where I went to Capitol Hill every day, or I went to the White House, but entirely different thing. And so I said to them, I said, well, it sounds kind of interesting, but I've never done this before. I don't know how to do it. They said, oh, we'll show you. Don't worry about it. We'll get you all that. So I'm a little apprehensive, but I thought I'm trying to be a nice guy, and it did sound a little intriguing. So I said, okay, I'll be there. What time do you want to be over? What time do you want me? And they told me. So I get there. The show was a 2:00 show, and I'm here, 1:40-ish or so. And they're showing me everything that now I take for granted. They're showing me how the phone system works. They're showing me how I know I'm on the air. They're showing me the clock, so how I know when to take a break and how long these breaks are. They're showing me how you know somebody called. They're showing me how to take the call. They're showing me how to get the messages. And they're just telling me basic stuff. Okay, you want to do this. You want to go this long with a call and this long with your comments and any other advice. And it's all very overwhelming, especially on incredibly short notice. Okay, I'm ready. We'll give it a go. Let's see what happens. So now it's getting to be 2:00, about to go into it. I don't think we did national news at 2 then, but we did a local news. So we're going into the 2:00 local news break. And I asked them, Boyd Christensen, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, he was the host of the show at the time. And everybody knew Boyd, longtime TV sports guy in this market, and worked for Prairie Public Television and then radio at WDA Radio in here, but he was a household name. Big man in broadcasting in Fargo Moorhead. So right before 2, I just said, say, by the way, where is Boyd today? And they said, we fired him this morning. You're on in a couple of minutes. I said, oh, my goodness. So then they go to the newscast, maybe a 2-minute newscast, and I will never forget, the last item in the newscast was, KFGO has relieved Boyd Christensen of his duties today. Jim Shaw is next to guest host the Boyd Christensen afternoon show. Oh, my God. So then the show starts, and the phones are overloaded, and everybody is calling in, where's Boyd? Why did you fire Boyd? What happened to Boyd? And I'm there, I don't know. I don't even work here. I have no idea what happened. I have no idea why it happened. I can't answer any of these questions. Boyd, I knew him a little bit. We were friends, not necessarily close friends at that time. And I have no answers for any of these questions, and they are furious. And boy, did I take one for the team. I will never, ever forget 3 hours of talking to really angry callers about what I did to Boyd when the day started, I had never even done a talk show before. And they were really, really mad. And I realized, I think I was set up.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that that's an era of Jim Shaw that was news director, not columnist, Jim Shaw.
Correct.
Right? So now we know a little more about your personality with your editorial commentaries.
Right.
Back then, you were a
I had
news
never.
director.
Right. I would never at that point give my opinion about any news matter. It would have been totally unethical. But so that was that, and since then I've guest hosted probably hundreds of shows here, but I will never forget that show. And as bad as any show can go that I have done, nothing will compare to that one. So nothing flusters me anymore after having done that show about Boyd. I can take anything that they throw at me, but I will never forget doing that. That's how I started filling in on radio talk shows.